Hi, so I have with me Dviwesh here, called aka D. So he works in analytics in HBR India. How's it going, Dviwesh?
It's going pretty well. It's pretty hectic, and we're trying to grow a new product from India globally.
What is
That's
that
pretty
product?
exciting. It's called HBR Ascent.
Okay, yeah.
It's the career development platform for young professionals and graduating students.
Okay, so just to clarify, HBR is Harvard Business Review, for those of you who don't know, and they provide like extremely researched and one of the best content related to career, business, entrepreneurship, everything. So tell me the kind of work that like HBR India is doing with Ascent and any other projects.
I think there are a lot of exciting projects going on. Specifically talking about HBR Ascent, I think we're trying to understand the finer nuances which millennials are looking for to learn and to grow in their career. So that's why a lot of research is going on those aspects to understand those young professionals more and more. And we're experimenting every day. I think there are at least 5 to 10 experiments that we're doing as a team just to understand and try to customize our content and see which works best.
Tell me about these experiments. How does these experiments happen?
So this happens in terms of the content format, like maybe infographics, podcasts, or videos that we've hosted. It happens on the topics. A similar topic like, okay, what to do when you're feeling demotivated at work, whereas changing that to, I don't want to work, what to do. I think the later one did so much better than the first one.
Okay,
so these type of experiments.
So producing content across formats, research, and understanding what is performing.
Exactly.
Is that what? So what is the kind of insights that you're seeing at the moment?
So insights are, I think there is a huge scope of content. That's a need in the market which exists, and the young professionals of today, I think they're more than eager to learn about these. How can they grow faster in their career? I think that's something which we'll learn, and the more content that we're putting out, I think the engagement that we're getting is fabulous.
Okay, tell me about the research process. Tell me how many people are working on this. What kind of people? What are the roles that are doing the research?
So
At HBR, see, HBR has some of the best research in the world, right?
Yeah.
And India is fairly new, I guess. Tell me, yeah.
So we have an overall research center in India called Harvard Research Center, which is based out of Mumbai. So that carries out a lot of researches for the case studies of simulation which happens.
Is it in academic? Like
It's across. It's maybe related to an corporation as well, and related to an academics as well. So that's across all the sectors. Maybe it could be a Kumbh Mela, or it could be a Byju's organization. So that's sort of.
So an example,
yeah.
right? Like Byju's. Is that one person going and conducting interviews? Like
No,
what
it's
is
a
that?
very extensive project. Maybe I'm not a right person to comment on that.
No problem.
But it's a very extensive research project. It goes into years.
Really?
So it's that deep.
Very interesting. Now tell me about the work you do in analytics within HBR.
I think it's like every day, like looking at data and experimenting and learning fast, or called failing fast, and then adapting to it and implementing it. I think we're a very lean team that really gives us the advantage to make a lot of changes very quickly and to make it live, and with a strong base of over 500,000 that comes on our website every month, we're able to test those initiatives and get the right results.
So it's all web analytics data, right?
Yes, it's web analytics, and we're also looking at the software aspects as well. We do take qualitative feedback as well, analyzing that qualitative feedback and speaking to a lot of customers. I think that's also another huge initiative which we're carrying out, trying to speak to a lot of customers and try to understand their pain points, which we're not able to address in the current.
How about social media? Like what is the kind of activity on social media by HBR India?
So social media is a big channel for us, like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Especially on Facebook and LinkedIn, we have created a Facebook bot on Messenger, which bases the queries the user puts in, it recommends content. So it's a very smart bot that we've created as part of a recent experiment that we're doing. And it gives out content basis what query users shoots out. It could be as random as I'm looking for a job. It'll give you content recommendation. Hey, how do you look for a job? Or it could be as specific as, okay, I'm working with a toxic colleague. How do I manage that relationship? So all those finer nuances that bot is able to answer.
Very interesting. Now tell me about the interest by HBR in Indian career scene, and how different is that from US per se? Like if you know.
Yeah.
I mean.
So India is by far one of the largest population, and when you talk about the young population, the millennials, at English-speaking millennials, India is it's in the top 3 globally. So undoubtedly, India is a huge market for us. And in terms of the growing propensity and the entire growth in the economy, So India will remain a very attractive market for us.
Now, like it also seems like HBR is focusing a lot on the behavior among millennials.
Yeah.
Is that right? Why is that? Is the older demographic like not that attractive? What is that?
Now that's a very attractive audience, but it's just that when we're preparing for the next 5 years, so these young professionals going to be sitting in the senior managers or the C-suites out of 5 years or 10 years.
Probably
So
your
to be
data
better
is telling you
prepared.
that more page views on these. I mean, more.
So to be prepared
activity.
for that, okay, the way my father used to learn is completely different how I learn, and it will be very different from the next generation. So for us, an organization to be prepared to cater to the learning needs of these young professionals, I think that's a core area we're focusing on.
Now HBR, like it's one to be part of HBR, Harvard Business Review. I think it's one of the most intellectual position to hold. Like I want to understand your journey. How did that happen for you, and how has the experience been?
It's a great organization to work with. I think what all they preach at Harvard Business School, I think they practice as well. That's the best part. It's been over 2.5 years since I've been working with HBR, and in terms of my overall experience, has been just fabulous.
Tell me about like the people you work at HBR and people who don't work at HBR. Like, do you see any?
So I think I work with, I think people makes an organization, right? So the smart people that you're working at HBR, I think that makes whole lot of difference. That every day when you're spending 8 to 9 hours with them, I think that's where the best part is. And non-HBR people, I think they're good people across everywhere. So
Surely there are. I mean, okay, all right. So now tell me, like, how does one get into HBR? Like, is that do you need to have a strong academic background? What is the kind of experience you need? Years of experience. What is the kind of people they're looking for? Are they hiring at all?
So we are hiring across all functions. It's not a specific degree or specific skill set. I think it's pretty much depends on how good you are at the job to be done, how good you are at solving that particular problem. I think that's the particular core area where we look at hiring.
So problem
HBR.
solving.
Exactly.
So
So we pretty much need problem solvers.
So what was your process getting in? Like,
Well, I had a pretty lengthy process. I think 2 to 3 months it took, and speaking with multiple stakeholders and discussing about my prior experience in marketing and analytics. And
what's your
user
past
journey.
experience?
So before this, I was working with the Prop Tiger, McCannanHousing.com. I was leading the performance marketing for them, and pretty much in digital space. So in digital, I had over 6 years of experience.
So see, that's an e-commerce, right?
Yeah.
Like completely different industry. And now, like, what is it? HBR? Is it considered academic? Is it considered publication? What media? What is that?
So it's the publication industry. It's very different from the performance marketing world from where I came in. So I was just chatting like an hour back, like when I joined here at HBR, publishing world had its own finer nuances, which is very different from any performance marketer would be exposed to. So first 6 months was a great learning exposure for me to learn these finer nuances, and it's been over 2.5 years now. I think every day is a new learning day for me.
Can you give me an example of what HBR does different as an organization? Like, because they have so much research around keeping people happy at different stages, even like very bold type of like content, they like unconventional wisdom. I'm sure some of them are put to use. Could you think about an example of that?
I think you've answered it yourself itself in terms of what makes HBR different from the other brands is in terms of the entire brand ethos it has, what all they're teaching, they're practicing as well. I think that's the core difference, and I think that pretty much every day if you keep following that same process, I think you see the results happening in terms of the output which people get, and when you're working with the best people around, I think that really improves your efficiency as well.
Awesome. And how has the conference been so far, SEMrush?
It's a long day. I woke up at 2 a.m. today, so just hustling through. Thank you.